All right. Get ready for our deep dive into Guyana's 2025 budget.
Yeah, tons to unpack.
We got the highlights from President Ali's press conference.
Everything's there.
Healthcare, community projects, and
It's really fascinating how...
this ties into the whole global poultry market thing.
Yeah, President Ali actually brought that up right at the start.
Oh, really?
He was talking about bird flu and how it could impact poultry production everywhere.
Okay.
He predicts that production might drop by a whole 33%.
Whoa. 33%. That's a lot.
It is, and this is even with Brazil, the second largest producer.
Right. They're unaffected so far.
Yeah, exactly.
So does that mean like chicken and eggs are going to get more expensive?
Definitely a possibility.
Ugh. Import-driven inflation.
You also might see some of your favorite poultry products just
not be available.
Yeah, disruptions in the supply chain.
Wow. But Guyana, are they doing anything to like...
Oh, yeah. That's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
They're taking a bunch of steps.
Tell me.
To protect themselves from these problems.
Interesting.
One of the big ones is self-sufficiency.
Like being independent.
Yeah, for hatching egg production.
Oh, wow.
Within the next 3 to 4 years.
That's ambitious.
It is. And they've actually already got a pilot program going.
Oh, cool.
That produced, get this,
okay,
1 million hatching eggs.
Wow, 1 million.
Right here in Guyana.
That's huge. That's like a major accomplishment.
Yeah.
I mean, if the global supply gets all messed up because of bird flu, Guyana's going to be...
They're going to be in a much better position.
Yeah, exactly.
It mitigates the risk.
Totally.
But it also, it could help the local farmers, local businesses. It could even boost the economy.
Wow.
It's big.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But wouldn't global demand for poultry just skyrocket if production takes that big of a hit?
You're actually on the same wavelength as President Ali.
Really?
He's already anticipating a big surge in demand for broiler meat. Okay.
The government is stepping up to help.
Oh, that's good.
Local farmers ramp up their production.
So they're not just protecting themselves. They're thinking about everyone else.
They're ready to potentially fill that gap in the global market.
That's really smart. It's a proactive strategy.
Could have some huge long-term benefits for Guyana.
This is all so fascinating. I came into this thinking we were just going to be talking about local budget items.
Yeah.
But this whole global poultry market thing, it just shows you how interconnected everything is.
It really does.
Yeah, and how important planning is.
Yeah.
Especially in the world we live in now, you never know what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Guyana's got a plan for poultry. What else was President Ali talking about with this budget?
Healthcare.
Okay.
Big advancements there.
All right.
His vision is to have like a world-class integrated system.
Wow.
For all Guyanese.
World-class healthcare in Guyana.
That's the idea.
Tell me more. Okay. They're putting a lot of money into infrastructure. 12 new regional hospitals being built.
Whoa, that's a lot.
25 new health centers in just the last 4 years.
Wow. And it's not just buildings, right?
No, they're going digital telemedicine in 84 locations.
That's great.
Electronic health records are coming soon.
That's awesome. It sounds like a total overhaul of the system.
Yeah, it's a big change.
But what really stands out to me is the specialized care. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, they're developing a national emergency healthcare system for faster and more efficient emergency care.
Makes sense.
All across the regions.
That's important.
And they're working with Mount Sinai to build a world-class oncology center.
Wow.
Right here in Guyana.
So people don't have to leave the country for cancer treatment.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And for rehab needs, they're building a whole new center. Specifically for, stroke patients and...
anyone else who needs rehab.
Yeah, that kind of care.
Yeah. These are some really impressive developments.
It's big.
It sounds like it could really improve people's health and well-being.
That's the goal.
Across all of Guyana.
Yeah. Not just access to healthcare.
Right.
But also raising the quality of the care.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Especially because in the past... people had to travel for treatment.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is a huge improvement.
It is.
I can only imagine how reassuring that would be to know you could get world-class care without leaving your home country.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And that actually brings us to another big thing in the budget.
Okay.
Community development.
Right. Yeah.
President Ali really emphasized that investing in communities, especially the more remote areas.
Okay, I want to hear about this.
Well, for starters, they've improved over 550 community grounds.
Whoa, 550?
Yeah, many of which are in those, more remote hinterland communities.
Oh.
They've even put lights in 75 locations so people can use the grounds
after dark.
even when it gets dark.
That's awesome, especially in rural areas where it gets dark early.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Big improvement.
What about more like real sports facilities?
Oh, yeah, they're doing that too.
Okay.
They're building 5 internationally accredited stadiums and multi-purpose facilities.
That's great.
All across the region.
That's awesome.
For all kinds of sports.
And so it's for all ages and skill levels.
Yes, everyone.
That's great. They're really trying to build up that sense of community, opportunity for everyone.
President Ali really stressed that.
No matter where you live.
Equitable development.
That's a really important goal.
Yeah.
Especially for a country as diverse as Guyana.
Absolutely.
But with all of these amazing plans, has there been any pushback?
Yeah, there has.
Did President Ali address that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
One of the big criticisms is about transparency.
Okay.
Especially with that recent Transparency International report.
Yeah, where they ranked Guyana lower.
Lower than before.
That's interesting. What did President Ali say?
He basically said the report was based on perception, not facts.
So he's saying they're doing a good job.
He pointed to the government's high implementation rate.
Okay.
97% for projects.
Wow. That's high.
And their work on digitizing systems.
Make things more transparent.
Exactly, more accountable.
So what about those perceptions of a lack of transparency?
Well, he called out Transparency International's local chapter, saying that they hadn't filed their own annual returns since 2019, according to him.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah.
That's a pretty strong rebuttal.
Yeah, he's trying to shift the focus to the actual progress.
It definitely adds another layer to the conversation about transparency.
For sure.
How it's measured and how people see it.
It's complicated.
But you know me, I like to dig deeper.
That's what we do.
Get the whole picture.
Absolutely.
Okay, you've got me hooked.
Good.
Let's dive even deeper into this budget. In part 2 of our deep dive,
let's go.
As we keep digging into this budget, it really feels like Guyana's at this pivotal moment.
It's true.
For growth and change.
Definitely an exciting time to be following everything happening there.
For sure. And we've talked about the poultry stuff, healthcare and community development.
Yeah.
But there's got to be other things in this budget
absolutely
that could directly impact, people's lives.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the hidden gems.
Okay, I like that.
Let's start with something that's super important but often gets overlooked.
Okay.
Sanitation.
Oh, yeah.
President Ali announced a pretty substantial investment in expanding and improving sanitation facilities.
Across the country.
Everywhere. It's about investing in things like waste collection, garbage trucks, compressors, compactors.
Wow.
For communities.
That's great.
Especially in areas where
it's been a challenge.
Right, where waste management has been a challenge.
It's easy to take sanitation for granted.
It really is.
But it affects so much.
Yeah.
Public health, the quality of life.
Absolutely.
A well-managed waste system can even be a source of pride for a community.
Totally agree. And President Ali's commitment to this shows that he really understands how important it is to improve living conditions.
For everyone in Guyana.
For everyone.
That's great.
Now, remember earlier when we were talking about the investments in community grounds and sports facilities?
Oh, yeah. All those lights for nighttime use, the internationally accredited stadiums.
It's a big investment in sports infrastructure.
It sounded amazing, like a dream come true.
But it goes beyond just athletics. President Ali highlighted that these spaces, they're meant to be community hubs.
I see.
Places where people can come together.
Right, not just sports.
Yeah, socialize, participate in all sorts of activities.
It's more about building that social infrastructure.
Yeah.
Strengthening communities.
Exactly. It's fostering a sense of belonging, creating opportunities for people to interact in positive ways.
Awesome.
And ultimately contributing to a happier and healthier society.
Love that.
And those benefits go way beyond just the physical spaces themselves.
Oh, for sure.
Investing in shared spaces like this can have this ripple effect throughout the whole community.
Absolutely.
So we've got sanitation, community spaces.
What other hidden gems are you excited about?
All right, well, this one might be right up your alley.
Okay.
President Ali announced a major expansion of the Safe City program.
Oh, okay.
The plan is to take it nationwide.
Wow.
Installing cameras across every region and NDC.
Safe country, that's a big initiative.
It is.
But do those camera systems really make a difference?
In terms of safety and security?
Yeah.
They're not going to stop every crime.
Right.
But they do deter crime, and they can really help with detection and prosecution.
Okay.
President Ali actually mentioned some successes.
Oh, wow. That they've already seen thanks to the Safe City program. That's great. I can imagine that's reassuring for people.
Yeah.
To know that there's that extra set of eyes watching out. It creates a sense of security.
It does.
That benefits everyone.
And that sense of security has benefits beyond just feeling safe.
Oh, yeah.
It can boost tourism, investment, just the overall quality of life.
It makes the whole community more attractive.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about catching criminals.
Yep.
It's about preventing crime in the first place.
It's about creating a safer environment for everyone.
And expanding it to every region means everyone gets those benefits.
Exactly. Equitable access to those security enhancements.
That's so important. Making sure everyone feels safe. No matter where they live.
No matter where they live.
Now, remember when President Ali was talking about digitizing government systems?
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it with transparency and land management.
Right.
But there's one more area where this could have a huge impact, and it affects everyone.
It does.
Transportation.
That's right.
Okay, I'm listening.
He was talking about putting in place an electronic ticketing system.
Oh, wow.
For public transportation.
That would streamline things.
Oh, yeah. It would make paying for public transport so much easier.
Yeah.
More efficient.
No more fumbling for change.
Exactly. No more waiting in those long lines.
I could see why they would do that.
It makes using public transportation more convenient, more enjoyable.
What about people who aren't comfortable with technology?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
But President Ali said the system will be user-friendly.
Oh, good.
And accessible to everyone.
Okay.
And traditional payment methods will still be available.
So there are options.
Yeah, it's about giving people options.
Oh, good.
Making sure everyone can benefit from these improvements.
Yeah, this really brings us back to that theme of inclusivity. Creating opportunities for all Guyanese.
That's a big focus for the government.
It's amazing how that theme shows up
in
so many different parts of the budget.
It's true.
From poultry to healthcare, community development, even things like streetlights.
Yeah.
And this electronic ticketing system.
It's all connected.
It's all about improving life for everyone in Guyana.
Exactly. It's a holistic vision.
It's really inspiring to see.
It is.
But we have to acknowledge that there are going to be challenges along the way.
There will be.
No plan is perfect.
That's right.
And transparency is going to be so important.
Absolutely crucial.
To make sure these initiatives are implemented the right way and that they actually benefit everyone.
And that's where you come in.
Our listeners.
Yeah, you, the listener.
We've given you a glimpse into the budget, but now it's your turn to dig deeper.
Go explore the source material.
Form your own opinion.
Become informed.
Exactly. Think of us as your guides, not your gurus.
We're here to spark your curiosity.
Yeah.
Give you the knowledge.
But it's up to you to engage with these issues in a meaningful way.
Now, you remember when we were talking about those transparency concerns and President Ali's response to that Transparency International report?
Oh, yeah. That was a moment.
Yeah, he really pushed back.
He did.
Well, there's one little detail he mentioned that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, what's that?
As he was criticizing their report, he casually mentioned that their local chapter hasn't filed their annual return since 2019.
Wait, seriously?
According to him.
The organization that's supposed to be all about transparency
I know, right?
hasn't been transparent about their own stuff.
It's a little ironic, isn't it?
It really is. It just shows you that everyone has blind spots. No one's perfect.
We've all got to be humble.
And we should approach these conversations with that in mind.
Absolutely. It highlights how important it is to think for yourself, analyze things critically, and be willing to challenge assumptions.
Even when they come from seemingly authoritative sources.
Exactly.
Okay, we've covered so much ground here.
We have.
Community firefighting brigades, hatching egg entrepreneurs, world-class healthcare.
It's a lot.
Is there anything else in this budget that you're particularly excited about?
One thing that really stuck with me was President Ali's commitment to investing in volunteer firefighting brigades. All across the country.
That's interesting.
He's talking about providing training and equipment.
Wow.
Vehicles, pumps.
For every NDC.
Every municipality, every town council.
This is like a grassroots approach to disaster preparedness.
Exactly. Empowering communities to protect themselves.
Instead of relying on a centralized system.
It's a great idea.
I love that because who knows a community better than the people who live there?
Right.
They know the challenges, the vulnerabilities.
It's about using local knowledge.
Yeah.
Building capacity at the grassroots level.
This ties in perfectly with that whole theme of self-sufficiency.
The theme for
empowerment.
It reflects a global trend, actually.
Oh, wow.
Of recognizing that centralized systems aren't always the most effective.
Yeah.
Especially in a country as diverse and spread out as Guyana.
It's about finding that balance.
Yeah.
Between national coordination and local control.
And these community firefighting brigades are a great example of how that can work.
Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
there are a few more hidden gems we should explore.
Okay, you've got me curious.
In our final segment, we'll be looking at some initiatives that might not have made the headlines, but could have a big impact on your life.
Okay, I'm ready for those under-the-radar projects.
Stay tuned for part 3.
Where we'll dive even deeper into Guyana's 2025 budget.
And what it means for you,
the listener. Okay, we're back and ready for those hidden gems you mentioned. What else is in this budget?
Well, we were talking about community development. President Ali also talked about security.
Oh, yeah.
And specifically expanding the Safe City program to the whole country.
Didn't we already talk about Safe City?
Yeah, but we didn't talk about how big this expansion is. This is going to bring that same level of security to all of Guyana.
Safe country. That's a massive project.
Okay.
But did these cameras really make a difference for, safety?
Yeah, for safety and security. They're not going to stop every crime.
Right.
But they definitely make people think twice.
Okay.
And they help a lot with catching criminals and getting convictions.
I see.
President Ali even talked about some of the successes they've had.
Oh, wow.
With the Safe City program already.
That's great. I bet people feel a lot better knowing those cameras are there.
It gives everyone peace of mind.
For sure.
And that feeling of safety can actually boost tourism and investment and just make life better overall.
It makes the whole community more attractive to everyone.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about catching bad guys after the fact.
It's about creating a safer environment so there's less crime in the first place.
Right. It benefits everybody.
And by expanding it to the whole country, they're making sure that everyone feels those benefits.
So everyone feels safe.
No matter where they live.
That's really important. President Ali talked a lot about digitizing government systems.
He did.
And we've talked about it with transparency and land management. But there's another area where this could really change things.
Yeah, something that affects every single person.
Transportation.
That's the one. He's talking about setting up electronic ticketing.
For public transportation.
Exactly.
That would make things so much easier.
So much easier, way more efficient. You won't have to dig around for cash or wait in line to buy tickets.
That sounds amazing. It would make taking public transportation a lot more enjoyable.
That's the goal. But what about people who aren't so good with technology?
Yeah, good point.
That came up, and President Ali said that the system will be easy for anyone to use.
Okay, that's good.
Plus, you can still pay the old way if you want to.
So they're not forcing anyone to use it.
That's all about options. They want to make sure everyone benefits.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
This really brings us back to that big theme.
Of inclusivity.
Yeah, creating opportunities for all Guyanese.
That's a big part of what the government's trying to do.
It's pretty cool how that same idea shows up everywhere in the budget.
It really is.
From poultry and healthcare to all these community improvements, even little things like streetlights.
It's all connected. It's about making life better for everyone in Guyana.
That's a really inspiring vision.
It is.
But of course, we have to remember that there might be some challenges along the way.
That's true. Nothing's ever perfect.
And transparency is going to be so important.
Absolutely crucial to make sure they do this right and everyone actually benefits.
Well, this has been an incredible journey exploring Guyana's 2025 budget.
We've uncovered some pretty cool stuff.
So many interesting initiatives that will shape the country's future.
And remember, we've only scratched the surface. There's so much more information in President Ali's press conference if you want to learn more.
Honestly, I'm feeling really optimistic about Guyana's future. It's clear that they have the drive and the ideas to make these plans a reality.
As we finish up our deep dive, we want to leave you with a final thought. Remember that staying informed is so important. Knowledge is power, and when you know what's going on, you can help shape the future you want to see.
Don't let this be the end of it. Keep digging deeper. Be curious, and don't be afraid to ask the tough questions.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for a brighter tomorrow.
We'll see you next time.